HOA Karen destroyed community center sign, fined $120,000 and replaced it. The air in Harmony Hills was thick with the kind of quiet that precedes a storm, the kind that makes your skin prickle. Karen Mitchell, in her pristine white SUV, peeled out of the community center parking lot, her tires screeching like a banshee. She didn't see the sign, the one that had welcomed folks to this tight-knit town for decades, until it was too late. It was a Saturday evening, and the community center was alive with the hum of the annual Harvest Fair planning meeting. Inside, volunteers sipped coffee and debated table placements, their laughter spilling out into the dusk. Karen, the self-appointed queen of the Harmony Hills Homeowners Association, wasn't there to help. No, she was there to complain again. She'd stormed into the meeting, her voice sharp as a blade, demanding the fair be canceled because the noise would disturb her prized koi pond. When the committee politely declined, she'd huffed, flipped her designer scarf, and marched out, leaving a trail of muttered curses. Behind the wheel, her temper still boiling, Karen didn't notice the curve of the lot. Her SUV slammed into the community center sign, a handcrafted wooden masterpiece, painted with bright flowers and the words, "Welcome to Harmony Hills." The impact was a sickening crunch, wood splintering, metal groaning. The sign toppled, its pieces scattering like broken dreams across the asphalt. Karen didn't stop. She sped off, her taillights fading into the twilight, leaving the wreckage for someone else to deal with. By morning, the town was buzzing not with fair preparations, but with outrage. The sign wasn't just a marker, it was a symbol of Harmony Hills' spirit, built by volunteers 20 years ago after a fire had nearly gutted the community center. Kids had painted those flowers. Grandparents had carved the frame, and now it was rubble. Word spread fast. Karen's SUV had been spotted fleeing the scene, its bumper scratched with telltale green paint from the sign's base. Lila Carter, a 28-year-old single mom and volunteer firefighter, was the first to see the damage. She'd been at the meeting, her daughter asleep in her lap, when Karen's tantrum erupted. Now, standing over the wreckage, Lila's hands shook. She'd grown up in Harmony Hills, her family scraping by, but that sign had always made her feel like she belonged. She snapped a photo, posted it on the town's social media page, and wrote, "Someone destroyed our sign. We know who. This isn't right." The post exploded, hundreds of comments, shares, and angry emojis flooding in within hours. Karen, meanwhile, was sipping chamomile tea in her immaculate kitchen, scrolling through her phone. She saw the post and scoffed. "They can't prove anything," she muttered, tossing her hair. She'd always gotten away with things, parking in handicapped spots, bullying neighbors into compliance with her endless HOA rules. This would be no different. She texted her lawyer, a slick man named Greg who'd helped her dodge complaints before, and went about her day. But Harmony Hills wasn't letting this slide. The town's anger grew, fueled by years of Karen's petty tyranny. She'd fined people for unapproved mailbox colors, reported kids for chalk drawings, and once tried to ban holiday lights because they clashed with the aesthetic. The sign was the final straw. By noon, a crowd had gathered at the community center, led by Lila and Mr. Thompson, a retired carpenter who'd helped build the original sign. His hands, gnarled from years of work, trembled as he picked up a broken piece of wood. "This was our heart," he said, his voice cracking. She tore it apart. Then came the twist. A quiet teenager named Ethan, who rarely spoke up, stepped forward. He lived across from the community center and had a security camera pointed at the parking lot. "I've got footage," he said, holding up his phone. The crowd went silent. Ethan's video was crystal clear. Karen's SUV plowing into the sign, her face visible through the windshield, twisted in a scowl. The crowd erupted in cheers and gasps, but Lila's eyes narrowed. "This is bigger than the sign," she said. "It's about her thinking she's above us all." The video went viral, shared across social media platforms, even picked up by local news. Harmony Hills Karen trended, with strangers weighing in on Karen's arrogance. The town council called an emergency meeting, and Karen was summoned. She arrived in a tailored blazer, her chin high, ready to spin a story. "It was an accident," she said, her voice dripping with faux sincerity. "I didn't see the sign. I'll pay for a new one. No problem." But the council wasn't buying it. The sign's destruction wasn't just property damage. It was a wound to the town's soul. And then there was the matter of her speeding, her refusal to stop, her history of bullying. Lila stood up, her voice steady but burning. "You've been running this town like your personal kingdom. Karen, you fine us, you judge us, you break what we love, and you think a check fixes it. That sign was us, our kids, our grandparents, our home. You don't get to wreck it and walk away?" The room roared with applause. Karen's face flushed, but she doubled down. "You're all just jealous," she snapped. "This town's a mess without my rules." That's when Mr. Thompson spoke, his voice soft but piercing. "You fined me $200 for my porch flowers last year. Karen said they were too wild. But you know what those flowers were for my wife before she passed? You didn't care. You never cared." The room fell silent, the weight of his words sinking in. Even Karen faltered, her lips parting, but no words came. The council deliberated, and the verdict was brutal. Karen was fined $120,000, not just for the sign's replacement, but for reckless driving, property damage, and violating HOA bylaws she'd ironically enforced on others. The money would fund a new sign, better than before, and support the community center's programs. Karen was also ordered to publicly apologize and step down from the HOA board. She refused the apology, storming out, but the fine was non-negotiable. Her lawyer couldn't save her this time. The aftermath was swift. Karen's pristine reputation unraveled. Neighbors stopped speaking to her. Her koi pond. Once her pride became a bitter reminder of her isolation. She replaced the sign, as ordered, but it wasn't enough. The new sign, unveiled at the Harvest Fair, was a masterpiece carved by Mr. Thompson, painted by local kids, and funded by the fine. It read, "Harmony Hills, United We Stand," a pointed jab at Karen's divisiveness. The crowd cheered as Lila cut the ribbon, her daughter clapping beside her. Karen didn't attend the unveiling. She watched from her window, curtains drawn, as the town celebrated without her. Her SUV was gone, repossessed to help cover the fine. Her lawyer had warned her any more stunts, and she'd face worse. For the first time, Karen felt the sting of consequences, sharp and unrelenting. The town she'd tried to control had fought back and won. As the fair wound down, Lila posted a photo of the new sign online, with a simple caption, "We rebuilt what she broke." What do you think did justice prevail in Harmony Hills? Comments poured in, from neighbors and strangers alike, debating right and wrong, unity and accountability. The sign stood tall, a testament to a community that refused to be shattered. What's your take? Was the fine and public shaming enough? Or did Karen deserve more? Share your thoughts below.